Hey everybody. So I think I'm back. It's been a long road doing this therapy and everything, and I just want to thank everybody for sticking around and kind of like waiting on me. Um, so it took over a year to get all this trauma that I had reprocessed doing EMDR therapy. Um, and it got really dark because I was feeling better, but I wasn't. I couldn't pinpoint, what the issue was. And what we did basically was reveal by clearing all the trauma was that I have pure OCD, where it goes undiagnosed because a lot of people don't even know they have it. And when it goes untreated, you become a shut-in, like I did. Like I couldn't leave the house. I was having panic attacks constantly. My head was spinning and I thought I was going crazy because it's like, what is going on? Like, yes, I guess I've always had, OCD tendencies, but like, I thought, you know, I, I thought it had to be, like where you have to like count a certain amount of times, you have to check things. Mine was none of that. So it took 13 years to come to realize you have OCD, the silent kind. And I don't wish it on my worst enemy, but it's been like to have the name of the thing that has been running and ruining my entire life these past 13 years has been so, I just feel in control again with my life. And I decided to make this project here. This is me. And the hands represent OCD. OCD steals your time. It attacks everything that you love. It makes you think it's not worth it anymore. And this is to basically separate the OCD from me. It is not a part of me. It's not allowed to be a part of me anymore. I just think this is so, what a statement this is. And, I don't ever want anybody to feel the way that I did for 13 years. You can't even put into words. So basically, I think my OCD started in Catholic school. And I just remember nuns saying, you're going to go to hell, for everything. And so I would pray and pray and pray and pray every single night before bed, over and over and over. Hail Mary, whatever the things are. And then trauma throughout my entire life. Just all these things kind of like hammered me into the ground. And, nobody really knew there was a quiet OCD. I had no idea. I'm doing EMDR. Why am I not feeling better? My thoughts are making me have panic attacks. That's the connection that EMDR helped me with. We've been doing EMDR for OCD, which has worked. Went to the doctor for the first time in 13 years. The female doctor. I was so terrified to go to the doctor, thinking, cancer diagnosis, I'm dying of cancer, I'm dying of cancer. Quite literally, like, I check to make sure my body looks even everywhere. Like, it is absolutely insane. I'm getting better though. But yeah, I mean, it totally wrecked my life. Like, I didn't go to a doctor for 13 years and I have a clean bill of health. Like, I couldn't imagine if I didn't have a clean bill of health. I know my therapist, it would help me, work through it. But I almost had a panic attack and I almost ran out of the office. And then I just started doing EMDR myself, saying I am safe, I am healthy, I am safe. Walking around the office, I probably looked like a lunatic, but I really don't care because it worked. Like, it made the panic attack thing I have very somatic symptoms. Like, if I feel anything weird, I'll immediately go to, like, you're dying, you're having a heart attack, da 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 da. I mean, this was brutal. And the EMDR sort of like, it gets worse before it gets better type deal. But I'm still doing therapy. We're going to work on, like, the main issue for me is driving. Just not trusting other drivers. And so, yeah, there's still more work to be done, but I am mentally in such a good place to have the name of the monster. It's just OCD. It's just OCD. Like I said, their EMDR can treat OCD. Usually they want to do EMDR for trauma first before you tackle the OCD. So we did it in the right order. I was like a science experiment for my therapist. It's kind of funny. We've become, pretty close. And I think I'm going to give this project to her when I'm done. That way, when she has other clients, she can use my art piece, my story, to help others that, like, this can be overcome. It almost ruined my life. But anyway, I'm going on and on and on and on and on and on. But I don't know what direction I'm going with miniatures. I think I got sidetracked with that asylum. I got lost on my miniatures journey. I don't know. I want to stick to the creepy, the quirky, the Tim Burton-y type stuff. Make creations of my own like this. Maybe not try to copy movies. I don't know. I have no idea. But in the darkness, I found light, and usually in darkness, there's a backstory, and it's not as dark as you think, and there's beauty in it. And I think that's why I've always been sort of attracted to the dark and the macabre, because there was just that element that I related to. You're broken and you just feel like depressed, but behind all that, there is beauty in it. It makes you a better person. I'm not saying it's a choice to be this way, but you are the only one that can fix it. And you have to recognize there's a problem. And so, I do take medication for OCD, and it really helps. Thank God, because I've watched documentaries and medicine doesn't help some people, and I can't even imagine it. Cannot even imagine. You know, an EMDR really helps. It's amazing. I have a feeling though the driving is going to be a problem. So like in EMDR, you do your past events, you do your current and future. You know, being hit by a car. Uncle had 2 horrible car accidents, you know, never walked again. He actually passed away in October, as well as my grandfather a few months before him. That all happened while I was not making videos. So I might have to do exposure response therapy, like where you slowly expose yourself to the fears, because like OCD is so like fear-based. And you know, because I went untreated, I became like this brick wall, and I just would not move, would not budge, would not leave my routine, and all that. So anyway, I need to finish this up, and I just wanted to share with you all where I've been, what I've been doing. You know, just, oh man, it has been something else, but I'm happy, and that's all that matters. And there's hope. There is always hope, you know. So anyway, I feel like this is gonna be hopefully helpful to many, to know that you're not struggling alone, that there's so many different types of OCD. Like, I couldn't believe there was a silent kind. Like, I thought it was just outright gotta knock however many times, I gotta flick and check the switches off. And no, it is nothing. Pure O is all mental checking, messaging, Googling, messaging friends. If you don't like the answer, you message more friends to see if you get the answer that you like. I mean, it makes you, it's exhausting. But the good thing is I don't listen. It's basically your own mind lying to you, and you have these thoughts. And when you grow up with it, you don't realize that it's not normal. You just think it's normal. So it's like you think it's normal to think this way, and hell to the no. So I'm getting good at shutting it down and just, you know, telling myself, well, Gianna, that thought right there was a lie and BS. And don't listen to it, because it's just trying to wreck your day like it did the past 13 years. So let's try this again. So glad to be back. I don't know how often I plan to make videos. I feel like I'm back. I don't want to make promises. I don't know what to make next. I think I know what to make next. But we'll see. We'll see. And I hope you all have a great night. Hey everybody, I will try and not talk about OCD too much. I did not record a lot of this just because I was in the moment. My therapist wanted me to do this piece to try and come up with the best way to depict what it's like to have OCD, to also, you know, be therapeutic and help me separate it from myself. Basically creating boundaries with myself. So basically I use these shish kebab sticks, and I drilled holes in popsicle sticks to create like that frame for the cast iron hole thingies to go through, to basically put me in jail. Because like I've been housebound, I feel like I've been in prison, you know, from my own mind, psyching me out. And, you know, these monster hands represent, like, before I knew I had OCD, it was like this unknown force. I thought I had like a mental illness that was not in the books yet. So I was doing my research and I'm like, what are silent mental illnesses? And so I was like watching documentaries on each kind that I found, and OCD hit the nail on the head. So I was like, oh, okay. And the therapist didn't disagree. I scored moderate on the OCD test. So anyway, I just painted in between those stones. I just ripped the cardboard that you get to carry your cups in, glued them to foam board. I'm messing the dress up to make her look ragged because OCD, no, you aren't extra clean. That is a myth. You struggle bathing sometimes when you have OCD. Hygiene is not number one. Complete opposite of what people think OCD is. I'm using old coffee that I had this morning to dirty up the dress, and then also using permablood because I'm getting scraped up trying to get out of my prison, like literally at war with yourself. And so, yeah, complete train wreck, but not anymore. I feel like I'm back to my old self. So I had these mannequin hands that weren't being used anymore. I glued fake nails onto them, did like a paper mache type covering on them. And I used all like stuff they use in packaging from packages that I saved, and created these stone walls and showing my battle through this time in my life and how I'm overcoming it. And these dolls are so much fun. I really miss this a lot. But anyway, I just want you all to know that don't ever give up. There's hope. You can reach out anytime. And I hope that you all have a wonderful week, and it's so good to be back.